Okay, now I want to verify that the equation sine of 2x over 1 minus cosine of 2x is equal to cotangent of x. What I'm going to do looking at this, because I do see some double angles in the numerator and double angles in the denominator. And I just see cotangent. And what I want to do is look to the right, and I'm going to rewrite cotangent in terms of sine and cosine so I can recall what that looks like. So that is just cosine of x over sine of x. So this is going to help me in terms of looking to the right and simplifying the right to make it look like the left. Now, I know the double angle formula for sine, because if I see sine of 2x, I can expand that. The double angle formula is 2 sine of x cosine of x. Now, what I'm trying to do is I want to make, again, the right look like the left. So I want to have some type of way, have a sine in the denominator. Now, I see over here that there is a cosine of 2x. So I can substitute in there one of the forms of the double angle formula. But I need to be careful because I want to be left in the denominator with just some form of sine. So instead of substituting in the form for cosine of 2x, that's cosine squared of x minus sine squared of x, I'm going to use the other form that just uses sine only, because what I want is for this to have a sine only in the denominator. Now let's go back. Remember, one of the ways we could expand cosine using sine only was by inputting 1 minus 2 sine squared x. Remember, that was another way to write the double angle formula for cosine. So I'm going to use that. I'm going to substitute that in and see if that can simplify the denominator where I'll just have a sine only. So if I did that, I would end up with 1 minus 1 minus 2 sine squared x. And remember, since I'm substituting all of this in, I gotta put that in parentheses, right? Because I gotta distribute that negative all the way through. Let me get rid of this mark here. There we go. All right, so what's gonna happen when I distribute the negative through is I would end up, I got the numerator here, sine of x over cosine of x. And the denominator, when I distribute that negative through, I would end up with 1 minus 1 plus 2 sine squared x. And let me just erase this stuff down here so I can have more space. That would be equal to cosine of x over sine of x, right? Now, immediately we can see that the 1 minus 1s will cancel. So I would have 2 sine x cosine x over 2 sine squared x. And I think we're done now because the 2's are going to cancel. And one of my sines will cancel in the denominator. The sign in the numerator would cancel. And then I would have the left equaling the right. Cosine of x over sine of x. I am verified.